Hey guys, welcome back to the LAVIGNE life. It's going to be more of like a Q&A with my parents on their take about my breast implants and how they kind of feel about everything, which will be interesting because it's really raw. I'm just going to ask these questions and really hear their responses, so we didn't like pre-ask them or anything, so it'll be interesting to hear what my mom and dad have to say.
I'm shocked, and we're not here in New Orleans. She's in college, and she said, "Oh, Mom, I have a breast implant." I'm against with it. I don't believe that putting another plastic in your body. So, and I can't stop what she wanna do. I'm not there. I'm too far away. I'm in California, and she's here in college with her grandma. So that's her decision. And then what can I do? They're already in there, you know?
Yeah, so my parents lived in California at the time, and I went back to New Orleans for school, for college.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you feel? Were you shocked?
No.
No?
No.
I am.
Well, yeah, a little bit. I was a little bit surprised, not shocked.
I thought I remembered one of you guys saying, like, I never thought you, like, out of all three of my daughters.
I do, because you're scared of needles.
Yeah.
You're scared everything.
Oh, yeah, you hate
So I
doctors.
just don't know why.
That was the biggest thing. You were just...
why
you hated
you
doctors.
decide to have that. And I was like, she's scared of needles. She can even have, like, blood to take her blood test or whatever. And I don't know, but hey.
I just think that any type of cosmetic surgery is all about esteem and self-esteem and feeling better about yourself. And at that point, you were competing with running, and
she's not
you
competing.
No, I mean, in high school, she had just got done, like with high school.
Like fitness.
And she was like very competitive in high school with grades and running and just sports and stuff like that. She was very competitive at that level, but then when you got to college, it kind of became more of one of a million people. It was a bigger pool of people. So I think at that point, when you're in college, man, it's a whole nother ball game. So I wasn't really surprised.
She works on it. The time she's working in a law firm, I think she works in a courthouse.
No, but I mean, just about a standpoint of feeling about yourself.
She paid for that. That's why I was like,
that was the best part. Yeah, you didn't ask us for
that's
money.
Our money. But even it's her money, I just really against all cosmetic, whatever God gave it to me. I'm fine with it. I still look beautiful.
And it happened so quick. It's like you kind of like
it did happen quick.
You kind of only gave us like, I don't think it was even a month to really get an idea of what was going on.
Yeah.
And we didn't get like a whole rundown of what was the pros and the cons or why you were doing it. It was just more of a, hey, Mom and Dad, I'm doing this, and you guys ain't got to worry about it because you ain't paying for it. So
You remember that?
I do remember that. And I've always been a strong proponent that once you guys made of age, in my opinion, 18, when you're on your own, and you were in college, so you were on your own, you were even paying for part of your college. So, at that point, it's your life, it's your body.
I don't feel like college really had an influence. I think it was more so like my lifestyle in the gym. I was always in the gym, and I do remember unconsciously looking back now, I could see that was my influence, because everything comes from something. Was that I was always in the gym, and I was thinking about competing in like a bikini competition, like the athlete fitness competitions, and all of them had their boobs done. And I wouldn't say, I guess it was maybe an insecurity, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't have gotten it done. But I remember feeling really confident about my body. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna just get it because it'll just one more thing, like, oh, that's all I'm missing sort of thing. Like, that was like my mindset, I guess.
That's what I was meaning.
Because I was like already in shape, and like I'm not like trying to brag about my body or anything, but I was, y'all know I'm always physically active and in the gym, and so I just felt like, oh, well, the gym can't make boobs, so let me just
boobs.
get that.
You
and
have
so,
already boobs.
Yeah, well, they were small boobs.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know.
I think what she was meaning.
I'm just saying, like,
the
I don't think
proportion.
college was my influence. I think it was, like, the gym and just the fitness lifestyle that I was living.
Yes, I can say truly yes, and the dress, the way she dressed,
She party.
the way
She don't party at all.
it was a little bit more lifestyle, after hours lifestyle, different one than she was used to. But I guess it was like coming into grips with her new body, I guess.
So did you see any other change?
Aside from the way you dressed, that was a huge change. That was a big change.
That's it.
That was really it, really.
Yeah.
You were still the same person. You still like going to the gym a lot. You're still a very outgoing person.
It's not a lot of change at all. It's still
Really?
Danielle for me. You know, it's still like
You're
you.
still spoiled. Yeah.
It's still like you. You know, it's to
Still
me
ate
it's
the
not.
same.
I just don't believe that breast plant. You know, I don't know. I'm maybe old fashioned. I don't know.
I thought it really played a bigger part into even bringing you further into the gym at first. But over time, you started complaining about backaches. I think that's how it started, and chest aches then after that. And now it's like, yeah, you're constantly sick. And you call us all the time in pain, and it's depressing on our end too, because we don't like hearing about it. It's very hurtful, and it's really sad from a parent's perspective, because we're so used to coddling you and giving you some medicine to make it all better. But
Did you notice a change in my health from when I first got them in to now?
Yeah, you don't eat really too much now. You sleep a lot.
oh yeah, I
You
sleep a
know,
lot.
every time I call, you sleep, you're sick, you go to the doctor. I just like, it's not really healthy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yes. Yes, you do. Because I read a lot of things. Breast implant is make you sick. So, you know, they leak, especially the doctor you went, if you know somebody, like breast implant to me is not necessary. It's not good. There's all chemical on that. It's gonna poison your body.
I think with anything, you get good and bad, though. I mean, anytime you introduce a foreign thing inside the body, it runs the risk of contaminating you, and
Yep.
and that's the scary
Chemical.
part.
Some people is the breast implant is okay for them. Look at Kim Kardashian. They have boobs, like butt thing.
Those people are making millions of dollars because of the enhancements that they had.
Yeah, look at
And
that.
I bet if it made them sick at some point, they'd
It's
go,
very
it's probably
dangerous.
worth it because I made $1 million. But, not everybody's that fortunate. And that's the sad part. You got to really weigh the risk of everything when you decide to take on something like that. And I think that most girls probably see it as an instant gratification that you have something that just made your body that much sexier, or,
Yeah.
or raise your self-esteem. But you got to think long term. Long term is nobody's breast enhancements have not been around for a very long time. So there's no way of measuring, what ramifications it has 20, 30 years down
And
the
you
line.
don't
So
even know what chemical they put it in on that. It can poison your body.
oh God.
I'm so scared right now. If she's gonna do that, I don't know. Look at Kanye West's dead mom. She died for it. And that's what scared me. That's very scary. But she's sick, she ill. Sometimes she's not. Sometimes, it's, I don't know. It's poisoning. But you can go lose your mind on that, your memories, because of that chemical, the static of that, whatever is that breast implants. So to me, I'm scared for her, and I hope you guys pray for her. Hope is sooner or later she can get a surgery soon. That's the only thing I can say.
Your biggest fear is that you don't come out of it. But earlier I said my biggest fear was that after all of this, nothing gets better. But I don't know. I don't want to lose my daughter over something like this. But I know it's got to happen.
You can have a stroke. You can't breathe. But
yeah, I've been really having a hard time breathing. Like every single day I feel like my breathing gets worse.
because there's a poison in your body.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, because I read it. A lot
Where?
of women complain.
Like I said, when it happened, I think we had a few weeks notice, and I definitely did not have time to go and research anything. So no, I did not know that.
But now you can read it. There's too much going on right now in the world. Like a woman with an implant is having a problem. It's the same what she having now, my daughter. No. Danielle is always being healthy. She eat vegetables, fruits. She doesn't even eat meat or pork chop. She always watch her weight.
No, she was never really a sickly child, though.
No,
Always
she's
healthy.
always be healthy. It's not the
Well,
genes.
no, because if it was hereditary, it would have been there before all of this.
Mm-hmm. No,
I don't
it's
think
not.
it would have.
We have
I
a
don't think it would
family
have propped up in the last few
My
years.
family is healthy.
Energizer, like the Energizer Bunny. She wasn't the most athletic. She wasn't the strongest, fastest, or anything like that. But she always gave it her 100%. Yeah, I would probably say she was very energized.
Her health is very healthy. She's a child. I don't have no problem with her.
I guess like one of those cheap batteries you buy in the dollar store. You know, she never works really. Yeah, the energy's gone. And as an adult, probably weak.
Right now, she's weak, almost a year. But before that, it's not. Maybe she's not paying attention to her body. Sometimes she's sick, and now is all the time. Every time she walks, her body is shaking. So all the static right now is done. But I'm proud of her. We went to Disney World. She tried her best, hardest for her kids.
Which is so odd because
for her kids.
Remember when she was young? Not even when she was young. This was only like a few years ago. She would come home and her and I would go to the gym, and even at that point, I'd sit there, and I'm not a gym rat. Them days are long gone. But I would sit on the cycle and wait for her. She'd be running for like an hour or two.
Yeah, and she is not.
When she told me she would think she thought she would have trouble walking around Disney World, that's not the daughter I remember.
But she tried hard. She's not taking this. This is the truth. I'm the mom. I will tell you, it's true. If you see her in SeaWorld at this Disney World, you're gonna say, "Oh, everybody's saying in the video, say, oh, she look healthy." No, you don't know her body right now.
She works really hard.
She works really hard for her kids. She's very ill and sick, but she tried hard to go on and walk with her two kids, because that's the way Danielle are. But you guys watching this and saying, "Oh, she's not sick. She's that." I'm telling you the truth. I'm a mom. She's sick. Her body is very weak. She trying because for her kids. She don't want to show it to her kids. That's the mom I want you guys to be. If I'm sick, I do that too. I don't want my kids to worried about me, especially the little kids. But you're saying, "Oh, that's not true. That's not." She's not lying to people. This is the truth. I'm telling you now. This is not a joke. This is the truth. Some of the people there is judging my daughter. Give me a break, you guys. If you want to judge somebody, judge me. And I can take care of that. But she's sick. She's gonna have a surgery soon. And we told you all the truth. We're not fake people. We're telling the truth all the time. And I'm proud of her to walk all the way down to Disney World, fly back to New Orleans, so she can have her family. Her surgery scared me. I might be the one last time I see my daughter, so hopefully not. But I just want to tell you this now. I'm proud of her. I wish she never do that. She had 2 kids. Sorry. I can't do this. Babe.
I think I was probably one of the contributing factors for you to come out and talk about this. But the reason why I wanted you to come out and talk about it was that I think, and I said this when we talked about it, I think that being in the public eye, sometimes you have a responsibility to the people that are viewing you.
But
So one, be honest. That's one thing. You should always be honest. But 2, there may be other young girls going through this and may be thinking about having this same procedure done. And
Please
the amount
don't
of
do
the amount of stuff that you may help them get through it by seeing the realism of it and not the glamour part of it, then I think you've made that's important. That's an important job of being in the public eye. So I'm proud of you for stepping up to say, it's easy to put on a facade and pretend everything is good, our life is great, we have all of this and we do all of that.
she's doing this for her kids.
Well, I
The
think
kids,
she's doing it.
you know.
I think she's doing it for beyond just the kids, though. I hope that is.
I'm not gonna go on and please everybody. I want to please my kids.
No, I'm not saying please everybody.
You know,
I'm not saying please everybody,
because my thing is the truth. She never sick.
No, that's not what I'm saying, though. I'm saying that I think there's people out there that need to see this. And they need to hear that, this is real. And if you are thinking about going through to get this type of procedure done, you need to know that there's a lot of negatives to it.
You need to.
And while it's expensive to get it, it's even more expensive to go through all of this and have to get it out.
To take it out?
YouTubers and like vloggers, they usually tend to show only like the positives and like the good times. And we don't. We show the good times and the bad times. And even when I first started getting sick, I actually did try to hide it for a little bit. Like, I didn't want to be so negative. But it became so chronic that it was honestly impossible to hide. It was like, well, if we don't film this, then we have nothing to film because I'm literally always sick now.
No, in closing, I'm really praying that this turns out to be a success story. And that at the end of all of this, we can look back and say, a rash decision that we regret, but one that we were able to turn around and make a positive out of it. And hopefully somebody out there learned something from it all.
Yeah, I'm praying. I know you're gonna take it out on that sooner or later. I want to. But it's very dangerous. And we just gotta have pray for it. And hope you come out for your kids. Because you're being hiding for these people to this YouTube. You're being sick all the time.
Are you scared?
I am scared for her.
We always got your back, man.
Yeah. Well, alright, you guys. I hope you guys found this video helpful. But I thought it was important to, I wanted to get my parents' perspective on camera. It was nice hearing what they had to say. Stay tuned for more updates. Yeah, we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.